Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, we are going to do kind of multiple things. I'm going to show you how you could hoop without a stand. You know, persons are using a stand to hoop because it's more effective, but I'm going to show you what I do without a stand and how you could hoop a multi-positional hoop. I'm also going to show you how to use a repositional hoop and what you need to do when things go crazy, because when we started out, I started out doing a red shirt and it was messed up, and in the video you're gonna see what happened, why this hoop has, this shirt got messed up. Alright, but this is the final result of what we are going to do, and I hope you stick around to the end to see how it is done. So alright guys, let's get into the video. Okay guys, to do this project you're going to need your temporary adhesive spray. You're going to need your topper. This is your embroidery topper. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need your repositional hoop. I'm using a red shirt for this project. I'm using a medium shirt, and you're also going to need your tearaway stabilizer. Alright, the first and most important thing that we have to do is to hoop our shirt correctly. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a piece of stabilizer that is the length a little bit bigger than my hoop. Just gonna trim off the bottom because I don't need this much. Okay guys, so now that we have gotten our stabilizer, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find the middle. I mean, this is not optional, but I just like doing it. Make a crease in the middle so that I could, you know, put it on my shirt. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my shirt, and usually this one is accurate. This seam is usually accurate, but don't take my word for it. So what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and you are going to make a crease in the middle of your shirt. So you're just going to fold your shirt together like this. See, my heat press is ready. Fold it in the middle like this, and you're going to take it to your heat press machine, and you are going to make a crease in the middle of your shirt. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I made a crease in the middle of the shirt. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip my shirt on the other side. On the wrong side, okay? And I'm going to come down about here, because remember that you're still gonna have a little space in your shirt, so the image is gonna be somewhere here, so you have to allocate for that also. And that crease that I made in on that thing, I'm going to match it with the crease in my shirt, and I'm gonna take my temporary adhesive and I'm just going to spray it over just to tack it down. Okay, I'm gonna put it right in that crease right there. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm going to flip it on the other side. I'm still seeing my crease, and that's what I want. I'm going to take the base of my hoop, okay? I'm gonna put this side at the top. Remember this part, this groove right here, it must stay flat. And I want you to pay close attention to what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so now that you have this is how I hoop. So I know that my stabilizer is straight. I know that there's a straight line in the middle of my shirt. The only thing I don't know is if my bottom hoop is straight. So what I do is I ensure that these two notches, this one and this one, it is in line right here with this shirt, with the line. And then what I do is I move the bottom part of the hoop, because the goal is to get the bottom part straight. And once you have the top straight, these knobs straight, then I could just shift over the hoop, so I could see right then off the back that this side, this is too far over. So I'm pushing this part over, this side over, so that it could snap into the other place. Okay, see that? So what I'm moving, I am not moving the top piece, because the top piece has to go in line with this piece. So what I'm saying, I'm moving the bottom piece, so the bottom piece gets in line with the top piece. So that is what I do when I'm hooping. Okay, and let me just check to see if everything is good on the inside. Looks okay. It's a bit high, but I am okay with it. Let me see how far. Okay, I could take it down a little bit further. Just keep in mind that you have space in the hoop. So I'm just gonna take it down a little bit further. And we're gonna do that again. So I'm gonna take my hoop. Okay, I'm gonna match it. This needs to come over. And I'm pushing this down. Now that's better. See that? So now you see that it is straight. See, because these two match up with the hoop. And then when we look, okay, we have space here. Maybe I brought it down too far, but it's okay. All right, so this is good. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to tighten the hoop. So I'm gonna go here. See, I'm opening this, see, it catch there. And then I'm gonna tighten this hoop. You want to tighten it very well, because you don't want, when you're embroidering, it's popping out. So ensure that it's tight. Okay, so this is what you're going to have. The final thing that I'm going to do, I am going to put some water soluble over it, because I'm actually doing fill stitches, and I want the stitches not to sink in this garment, so I'm gonna use the water soluble topper. Okay guys, so this is what we have after pinning. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring you to the embroidery machine, and we are going to stitch this out. Okay guys, so we're at the embroidery machine, and we're going to start with knob 1 and 2. So there are 4 knobs on your embroidery machine. You have the first, the second, the third, and the fourth knob. We are going to start with the first and the second knob. So you're just going to put it down on your machine like this. That's the one we are going to start with. Okay, and ensure that you move everything away from your machine. Okay, I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna use my USB. And this requires multiple colors, but I am going to use. Alright guys, so to get it, you're going to get your design, you're going to click on this little hub right there. And I'm going to press the arrow. I'm going to do this part first. I'm gonna set it. You see that it's turned the wrong way because of how I hooped. So I'm going to rotate 90 degrees. I'm gonna press OK. I'm going to press embroider, and this is the time that it's gonna do. I am going to do all the bottom layers in blue. So I'm gonna just start with my first blue right here, and I'm gonna let this go. Whoop. Oops. Oops. Stop, stop, stop. See what happens? My hoop is too close. My table is too close to my embroidery machine. Oh Lord. Let's pull this out some more. When I'm using my multi-positional hoop, I have to give it space at the back. Uh-oh. Let's see. Ooh. All right, the needle has been broken. Let's, okay. Let's see what happened. Oops. All right, let me. You have to give your machine space. Ooh, my Lord. Oops. Ooh, I don't like that sound. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that sound at all. All right, guys, it's up and running. Lord have mercy. You have to be so careful with this machine. The problem is I did not give it enough space at the back when I was starting out, so it just went crazy. Lord have mercy. All right, so hopefully everything stitched fine. I'm not gonna let you sit down and watch the machine stitching because it's gonna take a little bit to get done for just this half. So I'm going to let it do the first half and then I show you what to do in the second half. Okay guys, so this is the first half. It does take a long time to embroider because there are fill stitches, so just know that that is gonna be a possibility. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to change these colors again. I'm gonna move my knob. No, I'm gonna take you around this machine right here. I'm gonna take you to this side of town and I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do next. Okay, so when you're finished with that part, you have to do the second part. So I'm going to move my knob from the first and the second to the third and the fourth. Okay, so I'm gonna put the third and the fourth part right there. Listen for that click. And remember, you need to ensure that nothing is underneath your machine. Ensure that it is flat. Ensure that there's no loose piece of the topping, because sometimes the topping falls into the embroidery and it causes some issues. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the color again because I'm using different colors. That's just the thing with a single needle machine. You have to manually change the colors. This time I'm gonna use a navy blue. I'm going to thread the machine again. And what we're gonna do, we are going to go back. We're gonna go back out, all the way out, because we're done with this side. I'm gonna press OK. I'm gonna go back to that pocket, go back to the hub, and then I'm gonna get the other side of the design. See, this is the other side. I'm gonna press set. It's turned the wrong way, so I'm gonna rotate 90 degrees. I'm gonna press OK. I'm gonna press embroider, and then I'm gonna do the first 7, which is gonna take 11 minutes. Okay. I like holding on to this thread a little bit until it starts. Hold on, it came out. Sometimes the tail of the thread is not long enough, so it kind of just pop out because it's unruly. Okay, gotta ensure that nothing is there, everything is flat. That is good. Okay, so now it's gonna do that 7. Please ensure that nothing is near your machine that could allow it not to stitch properly. Alright guys, we finished with that one. We are going to change the thread. Okay guys, if you notice I'm using a totally different color, it's because when my machine hit the wall, it misaligned the whole embroidery design, so it messed up the entire shirt. I had to start over from scratch, and you have to know that if you are going to get in this embroidery thing, you're going to have mishaps, you're going to have trouble, but you have to know how to troubleshoot and to keep going. All right, so I'm gonna finish this up and I'll show you the final result. And I kind of love the gray now. The gray is green. All right guys, this is where we are at. It's coming out pretty well. Just know if you're gonna do fill stitches, it's gonna take you a long time to stitch out. If you have a bigger machine, a multi-needle machine, it takes a limited amount of time, so just know that. All right, so I'll show you the finished results. Okay guys, this is the final result of the shirt that we went ahead and did. As I said, the first one, when the machine hit the wall, it messed up the entire shirt, so I had to do it back on this color, but I'm happy with it. It came out pretty well. The stitches looks good and I'm just happy. All right guys, so let me know what you think. I'll put it on and show you what it looks like. All right guys.